On this week's Seder, we see Eliyahu Novi came from Pinchos ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen. The Pasuk says in Shir Shirim Rabo, Al tiruni shani shechachoires. What does it mean? You shouldn't see on me nukudos. Sometimes a person can wear a shirt, a white shirt, full of stains on the shirt. It doesn't look nice. A person likes to have a iron shirt, clean shirt, smells good. He looks nice. He had a shower. He smells nicely. Yid comes to shul, Erev Pesach, Erev Shavuos, Erev Yontov. Baruch Hashem, he got a new suit, new hat. He looks well, looks healthy after the shower. He comes into the shul. Happy lechvoid melech ma'achem lechem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Medrash brings down in Shir Shirim, Al teruni shani shechachoretz, Al tal shein eved el adoinov. Don't talk bad about my children. Don't talk bad about my Talmidim. Al tal shein eved el adoinov. Don't say HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This guy's Mechalel Shabbos. This guy drives the car on Shabbos. This guy eats chazer. This guy talks Lashon Hara. Don't talk bad about my people. I know exactly who my people are. Don't talk bad about them. And the raya is from Yeshayahu Novi. Yeshayahu Novi said, Onoichi ish tomei, am ish tomei, and betoich am tomei, onoichi yoshoves. I'm sitting with the tomei people. I could have said, what do you mean? That's how you talk about my people? You talk about my people that you're sitting, that my people are tomei. I don't hold of that. You can say about yourself what you want, but don't talk bad, don't talk negative about my people. Since you speak negative about my people, gets a punishment. What's the punishment? A malach came from Shemaim with a tile from the floor, went past his mouth and burnt his mouth. And at the end of his life, his grandson saw that Yeshai Novi ran away into the tree, was his kid, the Shema Mavoirosh. He went into the trunk of the tree, he took an axe, he took down the tree with his grandfather together, and he cut him in the head, and he killed him. That's the Gemara Yevomas brings down Dav Mem Tes over the base. Why did you talk bad about my people? Eliyahu Novi, Bekano is Kinosi Besoichum. Who is Eliyahu Novi? How was Eliyahu Novi Zoicher to become Eliyahu Novi? He didn't die. There's no death by Eliyahu Novi. He lived. However long he lived, then he went upstairs. And every time Am Yisrael, Eliyahu Novi, Zochul HaToiv, you mention his name, he comes running down the stairs. In his shniya, in the second he's here. Goes like a ruach. It goes like a flash. It can be in the whole world at the same time. There's the Shiloh which is brought down. With Eliyahu Novi comes to the breeze. Is it an oynish or is it a schus? For us, it's a schus. He held each of us. He held each boy in the world. But for him, some say it's an oynish, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu in Shemaim is learning Torah at 9 o'clock in the morning. 9:05, there's a breeze in Australia. He goes to the breeze and he comes back. He comes back to the shul. It says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but I wasn't here. But it's your fault because you went downstairs. Some say it's an oynish for Eliyahu Novi, but for us it's zicher schutz. But the shaila is, how was Eliyahu Novi zoicher to be Eliyahu Novi? How was Pinchos ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen zoicher to be Pinchos ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen? This shaila is brought down in Sifrei Chachomim, or Yoel, in Reb Chaskel Levenstein, Sifrei Chaim, in the Medrashim Shoinim. Who is Eliyahu Novi? What was his zoicha? Why did Moshe Rabbeinu tell Eliyahu Novi, take the knife and kill them? Why? So the oil brings down because this din of kanoim poigiboy goes with someone is halacha ve'ein moirin kain. What is halacha ve'ein moirin kain? Each halacha you have hilchas Shabbos, hilchas Basar B'cholov, hilchas Krishma, hilchas Bochas, hilchas Yoredeya, hilchas. You have all the halachas around the Torah. Which halacha is, what do? We open Shulchan Aruch. What do we do in this question? We have a question what to do. We don't know what to do. We look at the Shulchan Aruch. We don't know what the Shulchan Aruch says. You ask the rabbi. You go to the rabbi, to the holy rabbi, to the big rabbi. You go to Apostle Rabbi, or the God Lador, or Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, or Rabbi Yashin. You go to God Lador, you ask him, what do you do? We have a shaila over here, what do we do? That's a normal halacha, we ask halacha what to do. For example, 30, 40 years ago, there was once a shaila of Siamese twins, and they sent a shaila into the God Lador, Rabbi Moshe Feinstein. He told them exactly what to cut, if it's the heart is together, if the head is together. God Lador knows everything. But the some shaylis is halacha ve'ein moirin kain. What's that? Haboil aramis halacha is ein moirin kain. Why not? Because you have to have a person who has to be 100% bishlemus with melech malachei amlochim. What does it mean 100% bishlemus? What does that mean? It brings down the person has to be his heart. That's what brings down over here. We believe Chasam brings down has to be completely, his heart has to be with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Inyan HaKanois Eina Tului Ela Belev. Kanois got to do with his heart. Or you completely bishlemus with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what it brings down over here. Lama Ein Moirin Kain, which has got to do over here that it tachlid samitzes kulon ulezakech ולצרף ליבוי של אודום, ליויס מזכור ויויסה לאמס בשלימוס, מעשוב ומחשבתו. That his heart has to be בשלימוס, with his maises and with his machshava. לא not do המצווס אלה כדי לצרף בין עץ ישראל. The mitzvahs is only given to us to make us together with the Shechina K'dosha. Nimses lomad. Ki ikoroi shel odom hu halev. The ik of the person is the heart. The heart, since the heart is created, the heart opens, closes, pumps. The pump. When is the pump created of the person? When the person was created, machlokes in the Gemara Nido. When does the pump start? When does it start pumping? We are joined to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with our heart. Eliyahu Novi did this ma'aser. The Zohar Kodesh brings down in Parshes Bolok, Pochen Nishmosoi. Pochen Nishmosoi. He became such a matzah, he couldn't take it. He was Pochen Nishmosoi. His heart left him. Came down two more neshamos. Nodov va'aviu. That's what's written. Pinchos ben Elazar, ben Aaron. Ben Elazar is Nodov, ben Aaron is Aviu. That's what brings down in Zohar Kodesh. Have a look. Why? Because they were zecher to go upstairs. They did do uvu, and they became town. They joined his neshama of the Ibn neshama or Pinchas. They came part of Pinchas. That's what we done. Have a look in the Zohar Kadosh. Brings it down this whole Indian. Eliyahu Novi, Pinchas ben Elazar. There was bishlemus with the Shechina K'dosha. You are bishlemus with the Shechina K'dosha. It's halacha of ein moirin kain. You can't. There's no halacha about this. When a person knows he's bishlemus without any interest, he doesn't do it because his name will be in the newspaper tomorrow morning, or his name will be in the internet, that this and this person did this and that. That's not bishlemus, that's nothing. That's covered. He thinks about himself. Since this, you can't find a person in the whole world which did it. Even Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't have done it. And Moshe Rabbeinu, God Lado, is standing there. Why is Moshe Rabbeinu standing there? What is Moshe Rabbeinu? He doesn't know what to do. And Pinchas came up to him and said, Rabbeinu, you taught us this halacha. What are we supposed to do in this matzav? So if you think you know what's written, go. So go. He took the sword, he went into the tent. If they would have killed him, there would have been Potter. Because who told you to go into this other guy's tent? And he went in on Mesiras Nefesh. And he did what he did. Although there was 12 nisim, the Gemara brings down, but still, to become a manhig, you have to go together, not only with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because the Gemara says, Torah zelo b'shamayim. For example, Rabbi Eliezer ben Hurkenes, the Gemara brings down, if Tanur, if it's a Achnoi, is joined to the ground, is it Mekabel Tumah or it's not Mekabel Tumah? Rabbi Eliezer said what he said, Chachomim, Bekiv, and all the Chomim The Choylikanim. Rebbe Lezer says, Abin Yerayah, the halacha is like me. The walls of the shul will go down. The Gemara said, don't be liars from the shul. He said, if the halacha is like me, the water, instead of going from top to bottom, the water will go from bottom to the top. The Gemara said, you don't bring a raya from that. The Gemara says, if the halacha is like me, the tree which we joined over here will jump up and go over there. Can't bring a raya from there. Rebbe Lezer says, if the halacha is like me, the baskol goes out from Shemaim. Halacha is like Rebbe Lezer. Rebbe Yeshua says, Torah is the law of Shemaim. Finish. The Torah is the law of Shemaim. Torah is our Torah. You have Chachomim, you have Beitzim Shamalo, Beitzim Shamata. What do we pasken b'olam hazeh? The Ike is b'olam hazeh. Nechon, you have a Kodesh Baruch Hu ben Odom lemokoim, but the Ike is ben Odom lechaveroi. Ben Odom, he comes to Yom Kippur. You have ben Odom lemokoim, you eat chaza. But what about your friend? What did you do against your friend? Ben Odom lechaveroi. The Chasam Sofer brings down that Pinchos ben Elazar became a manig when only he went to each Shevet, and he told them what he did. There's 12 Nisim. Wonderful. But 1 minute. But what did you do? How did you kill a Nazi? I'll tell you why I killed a Nazi. The Nazi did this. He went into the oil. He went Zimri. He went into Cosby, and he did this. Everything. How many years did it take him? 14 years. The Gemara brings down his Vochim Kuf Aleph on the base. 14 years took him to explain each Shevet and Shevet why he killed Zimri. Why did he kill him? After 14 years, they said, wow, yeah, of course. You're right, you become a manik. 14 years. Shows us like this. To become a manik, what is a manik called? A manik is called to put a note in the street against this and this Yid, or the manik is called, what is called a manik, or the manik is called to be b'shlemus with each and every Jewish person, to explain the neighbor, explain the upstairs guy, the guy which is downstairs, upstairs, your neighbor, the shul, the guy who sells in the market. What happened? Why did the rabbi do this? Which rabbi? Pinchos. Why did Pinchos do it? Why did he do it? What happened exactly? Of course they were told this, but 1 minute, why did you do it? After he explained for 14 years everything, then he was zoicha to become a manik. So this is what the Chofetz Chaim brings down in Avas Chesed, our generation, today, 2023, let's say. We have a koyach or give a mussar to someone. You can give mussar to a human being. You know what goes on in the background by him. For example, it's more than the Chofetz Chaim brings down. Avas Chesed, Reish Chochmah brings down. 7 things were created before B'Yis Ha'olam. One of the things was tshuva, which means before a human being is created, before Reuven ben Yaakov came into the world, before Adam HaRishon came into the world, was created beforehand tshuva. So tshuva was created before the human being was born, which means this human being goes tomorrow morning into a store, takes milk and doesn't pay for it. But before he's created this human being, he already had tshuva, which means the avera he does is not avera lishmo, it's avera 20%, 5%. He doesn't want to do the avera. He knows what he's doing, it's awesome. So why does he do it? He's got a yetzer hara. But lemaisa lechatchila, he doesn't want to do it, which means his whole avera the Chofetz Chaim brings down. Bedoreinu ein mi sheyodeh lo echiach. We don't know anyone in our generation which can give mussar. והדבורים אינם כל כך פשוטים להחזיק אדם בחזקת ראשו. How can you keep someone בחזקת ראשו? But no ראשו, he doesn't know. Even if he does know, he still doesn't know. Who are we to give mussar, to be mochiach, to scream, shout, tread on him, and go against him? Reb Chaskel Evenstein brings down Lo'otzed Lo ve'HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us, Himlachta et HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Himlachta et Chaver Shecha. You are Mamlech HaKadosh Baruch Hu, wonderful. What about your next door neighbor? What about your friend? It all goes together. Olam Hazeh, Olam Habo, Gan Eden, Gehenom. Everything is together. It's all one thing. It's all united. Am Yisrael, מי כעמך ישראל, אתה אחד, ושמך אחד, מי כעמך ישראל גויכות בארץ. Eliyahu Novi, Pinchos ben Elazar. The Ikki is not the Nisim. Of course he got the Nisim, very nice 12 Nisim. But what about the neighbors? All the Shvatim, how do you do a Zazach? Since you did a Zazach, and he explained to each person what he did. Yeshaya Novi goes out, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, who you want to be made? You want to be a Novi? Yeah, I want to be a Novi. But you know, my children are very hard. My children complain, and they're savonim, and they'll call names to you, and you'll be, will you go? Yeah, I'll go. I'll go. Not only will I go, I will not be mechayev them. Et mi eshlach, umi yelech lonu. And the Apostle says in Tehillim, Vatisna resha. After Tzedek, Vatisna resha. What does after Tzedek means? After the Tzedek as bonai. You like to be to matzdik. My children, Vatisna resha. You hated to be mechayev them. This generation, we have this. This generation, we have this matzav. We're very far from this in this generation, which tells us how much do we have to do that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should be with us, should be rest on us, to be mashkin the Shechina on us. What do we have to do in this generation, these weeks of Churban HaBayis? Beina Metzorim, what do we have to do in order to build the Bayis? In order that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should bring back the Gula Shlema, bring back the Bayis, the house, his house, which could have been Lenetzach. What does the Kodesh Baruch Hu want from us? How are we with the friends? How are we with the neighbors? How are we with everyone? Are we united? Are we together? After Resha? Or do we like to hate them? Or do we like to be Mevatel the sinner? Eliyahu Novi did everything with Shleimus. Eliyahu Novi went in. Pinchos ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen. Since he was Moise Nefesh, he was Zoicha to live lo netzach. He was Zoicha to live, he didn't go die. There's no Kaddish on him. There's no Askara, there's no Kaddish, there's no nothing. Eliyahu Novi went upstairs, and Shalom Aleichem, he sits upstairs in Beit Shamalo with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Any tzorah Yaakov, Eliyahu Novi comes down, and he helps us, he's with us. He looks after us. But because the Meisim which he did was b'shleimus, believe of Sholem, with Bein Odin leChavero, Bein Odin leMokim. That was Eliyahu Novi was. To have a manig like Eliyahu Novi, he's capable of doing something like this. But Tachlis as Shleimus, as he zoichazan to live lenetzach. When we have this generation, that's what the Chazon Ish brings down b'shem the Rambam. The Chazon Ish brings down b'shem the Rambam. But God's Maimon, says, Ein resha'im lisno, ela achar she'ena makabel toichocho. Uvesoif avas chesed, b'shem agrimulin, mitzvah lev et reshoim. But who are we today to hate anyone? We go with this. This is our key for the next 3 weeks, Bezat Hashem, that we have. There's 3 weeks coming now from Shivos of Tammuz until Tisha B'Av. If we are Zocher sein, the Shivos of Tammuz is called Yontov, Ki Chag Hashem Lonu, and the 3 weeks is like Cholamoid, and Tisha B'Av is like Yontov Acharoin. Then we will Zocher sein. We'll be Zocher Lebinya Beis Hamikdash. But we have to know that to be Eliyahu Novi had a Shleimus. Not only did he have Ben Odin leChaveroi, he also had Ben Odin leMokoim. Not only Ben Odin leMokoim, Zichar was Ben Odin leChaveroi to go to each Shevet and explain exactly what happened. Why did he do it? Why did he kill? What happened exactly? He explained his ways, and he did everything that only after 14 years, the Gemara's Wochen Kuf Aleph and Beis brings down, he became the Kohen, and the Lachain Hinin Noisel is Britzi Sholom. And that's why we zoch also this generation. We want to be like this, to know we have HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but not to forget each and every neighbors and friends to be with us, to join us, because we're all united together, Be'ezat Hashem, on this world.